Practice set 9, problem number 6. Use Heron's formula to determine the area of each triangle. Well, it's a good thing they're telling us to use Heron's formula because our standard formula for finding the area of a triangle isn't going to work with the information given in this problem. To find area using the traditional formula, base times height divided by 2, we would need to know a vertical distance between a vertex and its opposite side. That information isn't given. So Heron's formula is our only option, and the first step on our way to calculating the area is to find the semi-perimeter. And we'll represent that with the capital letter S. The semi-perimeter, or S, is found by adding up the 3 sides and dividing that result by 2. So just for reference, we'll call this side of the triangle A, this one B, and this one C. Plugging in those values, 95 yards plus 70 yards plus the longer side, 112, and dividing it by 2 results in a sum of 277 that we divide by 2, giving us a semi-perimeter value of 138.5. We're now ready to go on to the second step, which is the actual calculation of the area. And the Heron's formula for area is found by taking S, the value that we just found, times S minus a side length, times S minus another side length, times S minus the third side in our triangle. So plugging in the values that we have for those variables, S, the semi-perimeter, is 138.5. That's our first value. S minus A, the second quantity, will be the 138.5 minus side length A, which we designated as 95, times S minus B, S being our semi-perimeter, at 138.5, minus B, which we gave the value of 70, and last, multiply that result by S minus C, the semi-perimeter, minus the third side, 112. Order of operations, we will simplify inside the parentheses first. So I'll leave the 138.5 alone for right now. Subtracting 138.5 minus 95, our first parenthesis, leaves us with a value of 43.5. The next parenthesis, simplifying that subtraction, gives us a 68.5. And the last parenthesis, doing the indicated subtraction, leaves us with a value of 26.5. Next, we have 4 values multiplied together underneath the radical. We will want to multiply those together. That results in 10,936,427.435. I'd recommend leaving that in the calculator. Taking the final step would be the square root, which results in a value of 3,307.02 and continues. The instructions tell us to round this to the nearest tenth, and in the tenths we have a 0. In the hundredths, which would perhaps alter that value, we have to look at 5 or greater is not the case, so we will say an approximate area of 3,307.0. And as far as units, this was working with yards. And if you look here, we had yards times yards times yards times yards. We would have ultimately here had yards to the 4th power. When you take the square root of something to the fourth power, you end up with something to the second power, because yards to the second times yards to the second would have given us that yards to the fourth. Square yards is an appropriate value for area. We would expect area to be in some sort of square units, and that's exactly what we have.